Whatever you. All right, good morning, Flint Town. This is Isaac and Paul in the AI in the Morning Show, 92.1 WFOV. How are you doing this morning? I was looking over the weather and traffic, and we will get to those in a bit. A little chilly, a little cold. Let's see, hour by hour today. Looks like it's just going to be light snow all day long. 27 with a high of 31. 70% chance of moderate snow in the evening after 3. 60% chance at 8 a.m. So it's supposed to be basically snowing all day long. Weather looks clear. Roads look clear. Looks like as far as traffic, no major incidents this morning. Paul, how are you doing this morning, bud?
You know, I am always wonderful. Always wonderful.
Are you sure? Because I'm not sure you don't know what the word wonderful means.
Well, define it for me, because maybe I don't. You know, I could be wrong in my wonderfulness, but if you want to prove me wrong...
It's not about proving, it's just using the right words like erroneous. You know? You just want to know that you know, right?
Yeah, okay.
Then you got to use it in a sentence, right?
All right.
'Cause
Erroneous. To
Yeah.
be erroned.
I don't know how you have the ability to make every word sound dirty, but you were really good at that.
Ah, you're welcome.
Oh, man.
It takes practice.
Yeah, well, marvelous or wonderful means marvelous or astonishing. Unusually good. Admirable.
See?
Yeah. So
That's me.
Yeah, that's you.
Unusually
Good, huh?
Unusually good.
Wow. So weekend was good. Unusually.
Well, you know, define unusually.
No, we had a pretty good weekend. You know, the snow and then heating up and the snow and heating up. I tell you what, it's hard not to get sick.
Well, it's just daylight savings time. My
Oh,
God.
we lost an hour too, right?
We lost an hour. It's dark outside.
Oh, it's cold.
It's cold outside.
Baby, it's cold outside.
Jeez.
So, I know you're not a sports fan, but I want to get through this for the people that are. You know, it's bracket time. Do you even know what bracket time is?
I know what a bracket is. As a matter of fact, I needed a bracket. I need somebody to do a bracket.
For yourself?
Boom.
Nice. Well, the brackets are for the college tournament, man. Top 60, I think 5 teams. Oh, yeah. This is the big tournament of the year down.
Okay.
You know, it down there. It's big deal. South Carolina ladies got 67 teams going in. This is going to be taking off here pretty soon. I went to on the Google and ESPN, just going over to who's going to be picked and not picked on that. So if you kind of want to take a look over there. And I don't know if you guys are doing your brackets. The top headlines that we have here: Bama, Houston, KU, and Purdue are the men's number 1 seeds. Stanford, Virginia Tech earn women's tourney number 1 seeds. Tar Heels are going to skip the NIT because you don't even want to win the NIT. That's like the Little Brothers tournament. Nothing personal. Because I think Michigan's going to be in that. And I think State's going to be in 8 or 9 this year. It's tough, man.
Wow.
You know, Howard's having a tough time. Tar Heels are putting folks on moving ahead. That's why they're skipping. Scheffler back to number 1 with masterful players win. Which was amazing, and Lakers are about 500, which are just under 500 actually. So all of that for the news of the day that we have. Now Paul always likes tech news, right?
A little bit of tech news is always good. Did Elon Musk do anything this weekend?
Well,
that
dude's always doing all kinds of stuff. That Chat GPT thing, man, is going to be like, I don't know if you've seen some of those deep fake videos.
I've seen it.
Well,
I've seen it. I listen to it all the time. You can hear it in commercials and all these little internet videos.
Well, what do you think? What are you using it, I guess?
think it's going to put a lot of voice actors out of work.
A lot of voice actors out of work?
A lot of voice actors out of work. And especially those from foreign countries that can translate, because most of them you can hear somewhere in the syntax that they say they instead of the, or, you know, it's just too proper to be English. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's right out of the book. So that's the only giveaway that I know of. Where'd my coffee go?
It's right to your left there, buddy.
Yay.
All right, so in the tech world, Musk's been bitten by the AI bug when it comes to ChatGPT. He's all over that. Microsoft's phone link app might be a disappointment. Is that something that you have? No. Mercedes, Nvidia, and Google are creating a generally smart car with AI. That's pretty interesting. I don't know, man. What do you feel about letting a car drive for you?
I'll be okay with it on the highway. You know? Don't know how long it'll be before I could nap.
Yeah.
But I could sure watch a movie.
Well, I know people that are driving post midnight would probably really enjoy the AI just from, you know, natural experiences and what they might or might not be doing.
You think about it, I mean, it'd be safer. The headlights can see the white lines in the road. You know what I mean?
Well, and what if you jump in there, it's got a blow and go, right?
I don't know what that is.
That's something someone uses, and if they're over the legal alcohol limit, it just drives for it.
Oh, interesting. It turns into an Uber. Your car automatically turns into an Uber.
You just nap at home, man.
Man, I guess that would be a whole new way to get drunk. Yeah, why not?
A whole new way to do it. That's not why I was bringing that up, but the fact that you go there makes perfect sense.
You know, I mean, that would take a special kind of guy to, you know, spend $60,000 on a car so he could get drunk.
So you could get drunk and not drive home.
Yeah.
Let's see, the other front page
But
news.
then again, I could see the commercials pushing it.
You know that's not what they're going to do, but they're going to be like, let your car drive responsibly for you.
I got this picture of this drunk driving ad. He says he's got the girlfriend, he's got the good job, and blah, blah, blah. And they walk out to the car, and he gets in and gets the ticket, and then they back it up, and he doesn't. And then I think he backs it up one more time and hits his phone, and his car goes boo doo doo. What does Uber have a ringtone?
Yeah, you know, that's a great question.
Nice.
But the last tech piece that I kind of want to talk about sort of is generative AI is immature, while abusing it is likely to end badly. So if you're abusing the ChatGPT, just passed a theory of mind test that has graded it as a peer to a 9-year-old. So if you're treating the ChatGPT badly, it's going to treat you as if it was a 9-year-old. So be prepared for some negative responses.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
If you treat it badly, it's going to treat you like a 9-year-old.
Do you realize this is the first time that I think people have had a conversation about how they're supposed to treat their AI?
I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, that's weird, right? Did you realize that you have to treat them in any way whatsoever? It's an inanimate object?
I would think so. You know, I still say thank you and please to Siri.
Do you really?
I do.
I just, after I realized it could just listen to what I was saying when I didn't ask it to speak, I just unplugged it. I gotta be honest. I was like, okay,
What are you saying in your sleep? Are you taking over North Carolina or something? What are you doing?
But imagine, like, you know.
What?
I don't know, being in an argument with your wife, and they're like, well, on the 17th or 17th, you said that she looked overweight in them jeans.
Well, you know.
Not that I would do that, but I'm just saying that would be specific. And that could be used in a court of law.
That was really specific.
It was really specific.
I don't know if I'd
your hair's too short, too long, eyes too big, too little, whatever.
But all in all, if you're not trying to take over the government, if you're not planning a bank robbery, you know what I mean? What's the big deal? I understand. It's just listening. I got a problem right now. I got a friend who's blind.
Yeah.
He's got an iPhone.
Okay.
He can't hang up the phone. He can tell Siri to make a call, right?
Yeah.
But he can't say, hey, Siri, hang up. Or if there are voice cues, right, and it says press 1 or press 2 or press 3, he can't say, hey, Siri, press 1, 2, or 3.
No kidding.
And I was talking about it with my son, and he said, yeah, because the phone would have to listen to you all the time
Yeah.
and it would have to listen while you were on the phone. And that's one of the things that, that's one of the privacy things that they don't do. When you're talking on the phone, Siri is disconnected or whatever.
And you think they actually
You
don't
know, you didn't read the user's agreement, so you don't know.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. So one of the things that I wanted to, one of my friends over this weekend, he told me.
Wait a minute, you have friends?
Yeah, they're all three of them.
So, quick question: how much do you pay yours?
Oh, they're in my head. They just pay rent.
They rent. They live rent free in your head.
That's right. That's why we were able to get some
deal.
of our friends on the show.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, we were working on that. So in case you missed weather, we have a new weatherman I'd like to bring in if I could.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you have to talk to him though, Paul.
I'm not paying him.
I'm
not paying
We're
him.
just adding one more person to the show. I hope you don't mind. He likes to do weather. Is that all right with you?
All right.
All right. We're going to give him a call real quick and have him come in. All right.
So you could pick up a phone or something because, you are on video.
Yeah. No, I got it right here. Bud.
All right.
I'm going to give him a call and see what's what. See how he does, okay? Give him a call. I can't find my contact.
All right, let's put it up. See if they can figure it out. Let's do that one. Which is a horrible picture until the sun comes up. Let's try that one. Looking back in it, I like.
It is pretty bad. Oh, it's so dark out. But there we go.
I like that one better.
Isaac. See if it rings. Oh, there it is.
All right, let's see what we got here. Go for it.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
I should send you the voicemail. I said your caller hang up.
Ready?
Ready.
All right. Good morning, Paul. How you doing, bud?
Doing good. Doing good.
Isaac asked me to come on the show because you needed a weatherman because apparently he didn't know what he was doing.
I agree 100%.
Wow. Well, I can relate. It gets weird up there. Today in the weather, it's going to be 27 degrees. Do you want to know why, Paul?
No, I don't think I do.
Well, you called me to do it anyway, so guess what?
What?
Because it's cold outside.
It's cold.
And you know what you need when it's cold outside, Paul?
What's that?
You need somebody to love, okay?
Agreed. As I sit here alone with you.
Well, I don't know, Johnny. I guess that doesn't really do it for me, but I appreciate the offer.
Nice.
The rest of the day is going to be snowy and cold, but there is one upside to the day. Do you know what it is, Paul? I bet you don't. You're not going to get a sunburn. You want to know why? It's because it's cloudy. All right? Everybody out there, stay warm. This is Jack. We'll see you in a couple of days. All right. Well, he seemed a little bit grumpy to me.
Yeah, well, I mean, let's see. It's 7
cold.
a.m. here. And if he's where I think he is,
Yeah, it's like 4.
It's like 4 in the morning.
Yeah, he seemed a little grumpy, and it was cold outside, and he sounded like he needed somebody to love. So we'll check back in with Jack later. I appreciate him coming on and doing the weather. Apparently, I needed some help. Who knew?
Who'd have thunk it?
Who would have thunk it? So, over the weekend, do you know what Reddit is, Paul?
I do. I don't use it, but it's like a news service that regurgitates.
News service.
It regurgitates stuff based on how many people have read it.
All right, so kind of. And so I had my friend go on there, and they have this section that's called Am I the Butthole? And he said, you ought to read some of those stories for your morning show. And I was like, well, let me see what they're about. And let me tell you, folks, I don't know if you're Reddit people, you have to send in a message and let us know. But I will tell you, some of these people that are writing these things, I don't know. You tell me. I'm going to give you the first one. The first one is this lady, and it's It's titled, says, Am I the Butthole? For telling my husband he ruined my birthday, ... again. Background. Today is my 28th birthday. I am really into birthdays and holidays and believe in celebrating them to the max. And this is well known to everyone. I'm also a planner, and the giver is not only my family, husband and kids, but my extended family, parents, siblings, friends. So I'm the one that plans birthdays, gets-togethers, gifts, travels, etc. I'm also SAHM due to having a son with complex medical and behavior needs. I've been with him 24/7 for the last week at his school, breaks, and he's extremely clingy and has behavioral problems due to mental illness. I also had a upper respiratory cold during this time, sore throat, fever, cough, runny nose, earache, but kept up with mom duties nonetheless. All right. That sounds like the guilt trip to me. Okay,
Right.
That's a lot though. Kid, that is a lot. My husband's birthday was last month, and as usual, I planned something for him. Weekend in town, a couple hours away for us and our kids. For my birthday, I tell him I just want help with the kids. The house cleaned, a nap, and him to cook supper to take me out. Maybe a homemade gift from the kids and a cake. That sounds kind of reasonable, right?
Define reasonable.
Well, I mean, if she's got a child that needs 24/7 attention, sounds like her. Well, let's just read the rest of the story here. Yesterday, my husband started complaining of a sore throat. Check his throat, and it looks fine. No fever or other symptoms. And then he stayed up all night playing video games. You know, that is one of those things that these younger kids fight about, is the video time. All right. This morning he says he is sick. He has no visible symptoms, no fever, no cough, no runny nose. Doesn't sound like someone with a cold to me. He says his throat hurts, but spent an hour on Xbox Live talking just fine. Oh, she's getting hot. He naps all day because he says he's sick. I think it's because he stayed up till 4 a.m. playing video games. Meanwhile, I make my own cake, take care of the kids as usual, and do my usual chores. He didn't even tell me happy birthday. Finally, I decided to take the cake I made with the kids to my parents' house to have supper there so I don't have to cook. I'm pretty crabby at this point and don't say a word before we leave. He calls and asks why we left. Oh no. I tell him because he ruined my birthday yet again, and I'm trying to salvage it at least a little, and then hung up. He called back and said,
It's your birthday?
I was over. No! It's your party and you can cry if you want
No,
to.
I mean, he didn't even know it was her birthday.
He called back and said I was over, that she was overreacting. He's sick and I'm an adult. Birthdays aren't a big deal anymore after 21. So the lady wants to know if she's the butthole for getting upset about that. What do you think?
Well,
There's a bunch to that, right?
There's a bunch to it, and it matters really what the history is.
Well,
You know,
he's
if
done it
in the
several times
past-
before. This video thing with the doing the videos, like I've heard this one. You know, they'd rather play video games and hang out with me all day. I've heard that one a lot. You know, because video games are addictive, right? They're supposed to be.
Well,
That's
yeah,
how they make them.
Well,
I mean, you got to make a decision.
so she
here.
was ready. She was ready for him to mess it up from day one, from Jump Street.
So her
Because
being
the
mad
history-
that
the
knowing that he
history.
was going to screw it up.
The history. So she could have avoided him messing it up by talking to him.
She did. She said, just make a homemade gift from the kids
Uh-huh.
and a cake.
And he just ignored her.
And he's like, I'm sick. And then he gets out and plays videos till 4 o'clock in the morning.
So I'd have to say that he's the a-hole in this situation because she tried, and when she asked, all he had to do was say no, I'm not doing it.
Yeah. I don't know
And
if
then
he
it
was the
would've gone
butthole,
somewhere
but I'm
else.
saying there's tendencies. I'm saying the
There's
tendencies exist,
tendencies.
and that could be a little
Well,
stinky
here's
to
my
live with.
question: why does he have to pretend to be sick with his wife?
Well,
With his wife.
And
he
here's the
shouldn't
thing:
have
if
to-
you're pretending to be sick
Yeah.
because your wife was actually sick because you don't want to do anything, that's a butthole move. that. You may not be the whole, but you could be a cheek. You know what I mean? Like, I'd have to side with her on it. Sounds like she's doing a lot, and it sounds like he's not. And I don't know. There was a bunch of responses on here. I didn't want to get into any of them because some of them say
We
things
can't
that
use
are
those
less
words.
than
Don't,
positive.
don't use those words. But you can give us a general consensus of what it says. I mean, people get to respond to this.
Yeah, oh yeah. Like 15,000 responses.
Wow, I see 8,000. It doesn't tell me whether they're good or bad. But it does say there's one.
Well, I guess it all depended on who they were talking about.
Right.
Now they seem to be sharing their other bad interests and how bad their husbands are, and that seems to be going in that. It's trending in that way. And I got a couple others here for you. Some of these are kind of crazy, and I don't really know what to do with them, and that's why I needed your advice on this, Paul, because you always keep a very open mind. It's strange because this is a big thing. Like I didn't realize how big a deal that this thing was.
Well, I said there's am I an a-hole, and then there's am I a b-hole. So I'm guessing there's probably all the cuss words.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know, is she a?
I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'll let you pick. So here's the titles that I'm looking at.
Okay.
It says, "Am I the butthole for leaving my husband alone with the kids for 2 days? Am I the butthole for renting a goat?"
Keep going. I'm curious. I'm curious.
Am I? Oh, I can't even say that one. Am I the butthole for not wanting to be driven around by women, including my girlfriend? Those are the three that are kind of tickling my fancy right there. What do you feel?
I want the middle one.
You want the middle one, the renting goat one?
Renting goats.
Right. Okay. Am I the butthole for renting goats? And if you guys want to see what we're doing, we're on Reddit on the Am I the Butthole section, the AITA, and it says renting a goat. And you guys can send in your message if you want, because these things are just strange. Okay. So I hate cutting grass. Hate it. The sound of the lawnmower makes me wish I could take my ears off like Mr. Potato Head and lock them in a box. It hurt my shoulder. I got injured in high school and I never healed right, and I might be the only person in the world who doesn't like the smell of cut grass and gasoline. Probably. Cut grass is a good smell, right? All right, and high school injury that you can't show the lawnmower. I feel like there's more to it than that, but let's move on. All right, this week was the very first week that I would need to cut the grass. We live in a fairly warm state, and the HOA is very strict about it. We even have little flags at the front of the yard that the grass isn't allowed to go taller than. Okay, wait a minute. They live in an area that has flags that if the grass is taller than the flags, you get fined.
People are serious about their homeowners association.
Yeah.
Take your garbage out an hour before garbage time.
All right, so we're in one of those tan house, tan pant, blue shirt kind of areas.
Yeah.
All right. So the point is the lawn needs to be mowed, and I don't want to do it. And don't they just have companies that... All right.
Well, that's an option. Yeah.
My wife can't because the last time she mowed the lawn, she tipped the lawnmower into a lake. I think these people...
That was an accident.
Yeah, was it?
It's like, honey, I need you to clean up the house.
Whoops.
And you make it
Yeah,
worse.
she tipped it into a lake.
It worked. He's not
So they're fighting about it because they don't want to do it. But why don't they just pay some lawn service to come do? I don't know. All right. And so what happened was...
Just clip the grass next to the flag.
Yeah. So what happened was they know this guy who owns a goat.
Okay.
And offered him $20 to bring it over to eat the grass. The goat eats the grass. We keep her away from the neighbors' yards. Goat goes home. It was great. Way better than mowing. Except now my wife is mad because some of the neighbors saw the goat and think it's hysterical that we had a goat doing yard work for us, which is funny, right? That's definitely unique. She's mad.
Haters. Haters. Here's my problem with the whole dang story. You need more goats.
All right.
You can't
You
have
know
just,
where they're living, right? They're living in like
Florida, in the villages or something.
no,
in
you know
Florida.
those like condominium places where they're all gray and big houses.
Yeah.
They're tan, the gray or tan, and all the houses are the same color. Right?
Yeah.
All right, and they're living there, and everybody has like
That's
retired,
Too much grass for one
and
goat.
they're all looking at each other, right? And then they're like,
no.
oh,
There's a block captain.
so you found there's a block president,
There's a block captain.
and
that's
so
responsible
you found a way around not mowing, because I'm sure one of their grandkids has got a mowing service or
for
something.
that. Oh, dude.
So you bought a goat, and the goat is eating the grass. And did you pay all that money to have goat herders?
I wouldn't hate for that reason. I wouldn't hate for that reason. Matter of fact, I would probably approach my neighbors and say, listen, this guy can bring out 20 of these goats.
What I don't understand is what. Listen, there's plenty to go
And he
around,
can
all right?
they can do the whole neighborhood. I
Yeah.
just don't understand, how you get
It wouldn't be even.
eat.
Yeah,
You
it
know
would
what I
be
mean? Right.
more wavy. Yeah, and that might cause
And then
an
the
issue.
goat poop would be a little problem.
The turds would be a struggle, right? All right. Except now my wife is mad because one of the neighbors saw the goat and thinks it's hysterical that we had a goat doing yard work for us, which it is. She's mad that I made us look like weird hicks. And having a goat in the front yard, you would look like a weird hick, yeah. In front of all of your friends.
In front of all your friends.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't care if they think we're a little weird. I'm happy to be laughed at. If it means saving myself from the headaches of induced sound of a lawnmower. But now she's making weird comments around the house about getting a horse to carry groceries or a chicken to clean the windows since there's no man in the house. Who can do it? Wow. I did not expect her to react so negatively to the goat, but maybe I'm missing somebody. So was I the butthole? Yes. Yes, he's the butthole. And let me tell you why.
Tell me why.
How many mowing services are there? Right? You just Google lawn mowing service. So he's cheap, which is okay. But when you're so cheap, you're going to have a goat. You're going to be made fun of because that's what you do when someone has a goat and you live in one of those nice areas and all the neighbors are staring at you, right? I'm sure a couple neighbors just grabbed a cigar and watched the whole show, right?
I'm kind of going to go on this guy's side a little bit, I think.
Oh, no, come on. How?
Well, everybody's talking about the environment and how we've got to lower our carbon footprint. So put your
Yeah.
money where your mouth is. I could have hired little Jeffrey to mow my lawn.
Oh,
But
no.
Jeffrey's going to pump out, a couple carbon points. And then he's going to start that dang lawnmower, and there's some more carbon points. So it's costing me.
Yeah.
If I get the goats, I'm being a good neighbor.
You're being a good neighbor by having an animal poop and chew holes in your lawn.
Well, poop can be considered fertilizer, sir.
It could.
So not only am I cutting the lawn, but I'm furnishing it.
So in your theory, when a dog goes outside, they're fertilizing.
Yes, 100%.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, then why do you pick up the fertilizer?
I don't.
Oh,
I rake it in.
I don't know. I need you guys to comment in on and see whose side you like here. Where do they comment in at? Can they comment in yet?
Spectacle TV's YouTube.
Oh, Spectacle. All right,
If they're
Spectacle
watching
TV.
the show, there should be a comment right on the right hand side there.
because I'm disagreeing with you here. I'm disagreeing on the goats.
I expected that.
Well, I can't get there.
Yeah, well, I don't understand what the problem is.
I'm trying to find one that is so dumb you have to agree with.
Okay, work on
And
that.
we're going to work on that throughout the show. But it is time for our first call out, big boy. Why don't you give it to us?
All right, you're listening to WFOV 92.1 LP FM Flint. It is Our Voices Radio. That's Our Voices Radio. That's Our Voices Radio. 92.1 LP FM Flint. 810-259-9789. Always looking for clean music, looking for programming, shows, church services, events. If you're doing it in Flint and it's positive, we want you on the radio station. WFOV 92.1 LP FM Flint. Our Voices Radio. It's a community service of Flint Odyssey House managed by Spectacle Productions, and we need you. We're determined to make a difference, but we need you to 810-259-9789.
That's right, and this half hour is brought to you by Cigar Fellas Cigar Lounge, 1086 North Iris Road. Go check them out at a boutique, 4 different lounges to sit and relax in. CigarFellasCigarLounge.com. Go check it out and have a relaxing, peaceful day. All right, welcome back to the show.
I like that .com. The .com.
That's right.
.com.
So, back to the show, and we got to get back. It's time to do a little bit of weather again. We got Paul's favorite boy coming in here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna have Jack come back on the radio. Give him a quick call. Let's see if Jack, are you there, buddy? Are you there? Yeah, man, I'm here. How you doing today? Is Paul in?
Paul is here.
Well, he's here, but he's busy. Well, tell him I gotta have a show, so he needs to sit down and keep his mouth shut so I can do the weather.
Okay.
Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack's in a pretty good mood this morning, so he just wants to do the weather. Is that all right with you?
I mean, as long as he does it properly.
Well, I'm dying here, so let me get the weather out. 27 degrees outside with a low of 22 because it's the winter time and it's cold. Mostly snow, mostly clouds, no sun. Welcome to Michigan. I'll see you on the next one. All right, Jack, we'll see you later. I appreciate that. Yeah, we'll see you later. Okay, so, man, he's cranky. Man, and the weather does suck, and thank you for the help. I appreciate that. I don't know if you guys have got your brackets in for the Bracket Busters yet. Who's going to win? Purdue's looking pretty solid from us. Michigan State just do not look good this year. Tough. Howard having a tough finish.
Oh, that's what you meant by bracket.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to fill in the brackets, and if you get them all right,
And
which nobody does, you win $1 million or something, right? So
Nice.
after taxes, I think it's like $600,000, but whatever. And that's the tournament challenge today. It's looking pretty intense. I don't know who's going to win this or not, but I don't know. They're not giving us all the seeds, but Alabama looks really tough. Houston Cougars coming in. Looks like the information that they have over here. Give them a 5-star shot. Kansas Jayhawks, another great one. They have their good teammate Jalen Wilson at 19.7 points a game. Grady Dick 14.3. Kevin McCullough Jr. starting to hit his stride. He's connecting on 60% of his shots since February. So Kansas Jayhawks are looking good. The Boilermakers, man, got that big dude in the middle, 7'4".
What?
Woo! Yeah.
That's not fair.
Yeah, well, and yet here we are, sweetheart. That's where it is.
All he has to do is just stand there.
Yeah, Matt Painter just stands in the paint, 7'4". Zach Eddy averaged 29. Matt Painter said that Zach Eddy is averaging 21.9 points, 12.8 rebounds, and over 2 blocks a game, which is pretty intense. Those are the 1 seeds. The 2 seeds are the Arizona Wildcats, Texas Longhorns, the Bruins, and the Marquette Golden Eagles on. That's pretty impressive. Then you're getting into Baylor and the rest of the guys. But if you're going to be doing your brackets, make sure you hit ESPN.com. Look on your bracket busters. They got the stuff going on. The biggest thing in the tech world that's been going on this week is that Chat GPT. And you said you're a fan, right?
Not necessarily a fan, but I enjoy trying to figure out if it is.
Like, tell me the positives.
Is this live or is it memorized?
Yeah. Like, tell me the positive negatives on it. Like, what do you think?
Well, I think it's an absolute positive for any foreigner in business that wants to sell to the United States.
Okay.
Because they can type it out in Korean, they can type it out in Chinese, and then have this Chat GPT change it to English. So they can do all their commercials.
Like Google Translate.
If you think about it, right?
Yeah.
Worst comes to worst, they have to type it into Google Translate, then copy out of Google Translate, put it in the chat, you know what I mean?
But they could take it into Google Translate and sound like Joe Biden or whatever.
I mean, there may be a niche for voice actors to perhaps become proofreaders or proof listeners.
Proof listeners.
Where people go through the Chat GPT and then they send it to a real human to, tweak the script.
Huh.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Industries change all the time. You know what I mean? Right. We don't have any elevator operators anymore.
Any what? Elevator operators? Oh, yeah.
We used to have people that push the button on the elevator for you.
Well, pushing the buttons. Yeah, but they had the...
I think it was more a security thing.
Yeah, I think so, too.
No doorman. The elevator operator was their first defense.
Yeah, and how many... And, and he must be like the pass gas... No, you don't want to ride with that person. That's a separate one.
This car is down.
Yeah, that guy's lactose intolerant. You let him pass.
This car is down for the next 20 minutes, guys.
Yeah.
Airing her out.
Could you imagine being that guy, and then in comes a lactose intolerant guy that lives on the 5th floor? 5th floor, please, and he's rolling it out every time he comes in.
You go ahead. I'll call the elevator back.
There would have to be a tip involved in that.
Well, when you open the door and you see him, it just happens to be your break time. Let me punch that floor for you as I
New
get
fella.
out.
Yeah.
There's a solution here.
All right. I found one for you that I need you guys' advice on here. The title says, "Am I the butthole for telling my girlfriend she doesn't deserve respect?" Ooh. He's going to have to sell this one, right?
Ooh.
That's what I'm thinking, too.
Well, if he ever wants to know her... Is that a good way to put it?
Yeah.
If he wants to know her, you better apologize too sweet.
So this guy puts on here, my girlfriend came over to my apartment today crying about some girls at her college. Her class size is extremely small, so it's tight-knit community. My girlfriend admits how 2 years ago she used to be racist and exclusionary. She didn't say these words, but this is the description of the way she treated these girls towards some of the black freshmen who were trying to join her sorority. She literally admitted to forcing them into dangerous hazing activities only to refuse them admission into the sorority afterwards. That's just being a jerk in college. Let's see. She told me she regretted her actions, which is good, but now she's been kicked off of her sorority since it's become more inclusive over the past year due to diversity initiatives. Now she's been made fun of through nicknames like Klanswoman Katie. Klanswoman Katie. And she told me how she hates that they have refused to afford her basic respect. I was so shocked to hear about my girlfriend's racist past actions, and I told her that she doesn't deserve respect from the people she was racist to. She started crying and calling me a donkey for siding with them over her, even though she's my girlfriend. Am I the butthole? Woo! That's a toughie.
Not for me.
Okay, hit it.
Not for me, of course. She doesn't. Not from the. She has to apologize to those girls.
Klanswoman Katie.
She has to not only apologize to those girls, but she has to get them in the fraternity. that she messed with him. If she
Yeah,
wants some
that's some
respect,
bullcrap.
she has to reverse the racist crap she did.
Agreed.
And until
Make
then,
amends.
those people will not respect her. She can garner respect from new people that come in her life by not being that jerk.
Yeah.
But those that she's wrong, she's
And then
got
she
to
got
fix.
booted out of the own sorority because she said that's how she was, which
Boom.
yeah. So I think that's pretty good
Well,
defense.
I'm wondering how she only woke up one day racist. You know what I mean? How
And
she only woke up
That's
that day.
your
and-
girlfriend, Jack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, what
like
were you
you're
guys
only
talking
dating
about?
because you got stuff in common.
You knew when you met her at Bubba's, there was a chance.
At Bubba's Barbecue.
And
Oh boy.
Bubba's Hoss Stop and Square Dance Parlor. You knew there was a chance.
Square Dance Parlor. Oh my gosh, that's so not funny. I should not have laughed at that. But that was funny. Oh man, that was pretty good right there, right?
You're welcome.
That's the first time I've ever had. I've actually read a story where it was a female persuasion. It's always a guy doing something.
Wrong.
Girls, it doesn't even think. All right. Our next list of people that we need your opinion on. Am I the butthole for getting my mother a hotel room midway through hosting her? I don't know what that means. Am I the butthole for not going on a family vacation because my brother wasn't going to bring his dog? That's all right. We're gonna have to click on that.
No. I understand. His dog could be a jerk.
The dog could be a
The
jerk.
dog could be a jerk, and they asked specifically, listen, don't bring the jerk.
For not going on a family vacation because my brother wants to bring his dog. All right. Pre-COVID, I would go on family vacations with my family, my parents in their late 50s, my brother 27, and my sister who is 29. These occurred about every other year for a multitude of reasons. We don't have a trip since 2018. I am married and we have an 18-month-old. My sister has a boyfriend and my brother has some sort of terrier and no girlfriend I know of. My brother was morphed into a self-described dog dad and based off social media seems to rarely do things without the dog. We live in the same city but different areas and we don't see him all that much. The few times I have been around his dog, it behaves fine. It's too friendly for me and I can't speak to how it behaves over multiple days or around babies. I kind of can see where this one's going. My parents have a Verbo beach house in Florida booked. In a few weeks, the deadline for a full refund for canceling is coming up, and my parents need to know if we are in. We live in the west side of the USA, so we'd be flying. I found out my brother plans to bring his dog. My parents are thrilled about it, but it is what it is. Those are my parents' words. So I feel like there's a history between the siblings here, but let's see. I am not a dog person. I despise them on airplanes. I do not want to travel with a dog. Tentatively, we are on the same flight. I do not want to stay the week in the same house as that dog. I do not want activities based on being dog friendly, and I do not want the dog around my son. Okay, several things to talk about here. The look on your face is really good. So I'm going to let you brood for a minute, and I'm going to tell you what I think here. First of all, if you don't like dogs, I struggle with that because dogs are just good animals. And you cannot want a dog because of the responsibility, and you got to pick up after them, and you don't want that because you're busy doing work. I see that part, okay?
All right.
What I don't see is you're going on vacation. A terrier's a little dog, right?
A terrier. What is it, a Scottish terrier? Or?
Didn't say, just said terrier.
It can be. I mean, they're not.
I mean,
they're
some
not
of them
Saint
can be a-
Bernards.
yeah.
They're relatively small.
Yeah, so you not wanting to be, and I feel like there's something between the siblings here prior.
Here's the deal. Just tell her leave her kids home, and I'll leave my dog home.
No, you want to know what I think it is?
Uh-uh.
She's got an 18-month-old, and it wants to be about her baby. Well,
She
I'm a
wants
dog
the attention,
parent,
yeah.
and so I have a kid, and it's taken that fire.
Well, dog parents suck. I mean,
Dog
when
parents
you compare your
don't
dog
suck.
to a kid, it's bad.
Well, when
It's
you're
bad.
that's all you got.
That when it's all you got, you just got to compare it to love.
And there is no comparison between a baby and a dog, agreed.
You know,
But I just think she's struggling with the fact that it's stealing some of the thunder
she's
from the 18-month-old.
she's gonna lose all the attention. Yeah,
I think we're deciding on she might be the butthole in this scenario.
she doesn't want the dog around her son. Dogs are beautiful with babies.
Oh yeah.
You know
Lick
what I
'em,
mean?
lay there.
All sorts of positive.
She's
activity.
acting like the dog's gonna tear the kid apart or something.
Well, we're reading that into it. I would say that.
Well,
yeah,
she said,
they're-
I don't
they're-
want him around my son. That's what she said.
Right. But
Not
she
reading
didn't-
into that.
She didn't say she was afraid he was going to eat her.
Yeah, well, why
flea-
else would you not want him around the
flea,
son? Because he'd enjoy it?
Take the spotlight off of.
Yeah, I feel like that's what it is. We're not close and we don't see each other, and then we're here with mom and dad, and it's about you and not me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I feel like she may not be the
well, here's the
butthole,
deal.
but
If
she's
I
in
don't
the
bring my dog,
area
what
code.
do I do with my dog?
You could kennel it.
I can
you know what I'm
kennel it.
saying?
So don't bring your kids.
Whoa.
Kennel your kids.
Kennel your kids.
And then we'll just have an adult vacation if that's what you want.
Paul, we're gonna need you to stay afterwards. Yeah, I'm not sure you understand how any
Kennel,
of that works.
babysitter, same difference. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Well, no, because she wants to see it's the grandkid, right? And the grandkids always get the spotlight. That's
Well,
just,
you know,
I mean,
if you gave grandma the choice between the dog and the grandkids,
grandbaby's gonna win that fight every time.
100%.
Because you get to buy the little boots and the little pants.
And their comment, "It is what it is more or less, in my mind,
Get over it.
towards the daughter and son's relationship.
Yeah, it was
You
about
guys,
her
that's
being upset
that's
about.
your beef with your brother.
Yeah,
It is what it is.
yeah. And I don't like the fact that you say you're a dog parent when I'm a real parent. That right there, there's some sibling rivalry, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. You guys tell us what you think. I gotta think. I gotta think that she. What we have here is a failure to communicate. I would struggle with that. And the thing is like, every time you're coming over, you're like, oh no, she's coming over, right? And then she's like, oh God, he's coming with the dog. And then you get there and everybody's.
And I can't mess with him because the dog will eat me. The
Well,
dog knows my motives.
And then everybody's just hostile and angry, and it just sucks.
Agreed.
It just sucks.
Agreed. I can't find you. I can't find where you are. What's the next one?
I got like 6 of them on tap. It's,
Ooh.
one, take my dog to college. That one's kind of seems simple. Telling my sister-in-law that she can't bring her dog on our vacation.
Oh, you're on a dog roll, aren't you?
I didn't mean to be.
How about any cobras or venomous
Wow.
snakes?
All
I mean, something irregular. I want to take my alligator to my daughter's wedding or something like
right,
that.
here's the opposite of this fight. Am I the butthole for not wanting my roommate's kid at my house? I don't know. That I feel like, especially if you're like trying to study, sometimes kids can just be. Oh wait! What is this? Am I the witch for skipping a wedding for a coat? Oh, this
For
is
coke. As in
coat.
cocaine?
Coat as like a jacket.
She
Coat.
skipped a wedding for a coat. So somebody offered her a coat.
I have no idea.
All right. So what's the title of that one?
WIBTA for skipping a wedding for a coat. WIBTA for skipping a wedding for a coat. All right. I don't understand these people sometimes. It's getting weird out there. All right. So it says my 24M sister 35F is getting married tomorrow to her partner of 10 years 40M. This wedding was not planned and has been a rush job headache for our parents and aunt who are helping her since she dropped the bomb a week ago.
Oh, it's already starting. I
Oh,
can tell in the
week
tone
ago.
she is not a happy camper.
All right. I am a student/teacher assistant, so getting the day off was hard enough. Now my sister has 2 kids from a previous relationship, 14 female and 12-year-old male, and her partner has as well 20-year-old female and 18-year-old male. Wow, that's 4. Now the school I'm in, as well as my courses, has me in smart casual wear except for casual Fridays. I am not close to her partner's kids, but we get along fine. The issue comes from her partner's son, Z. A few years ago, my late gran had a special long coat made as a college gift. My name is sewn into the sleeve so it can be switched with a similar kind. This jacket went missing at her daughter's birthday, and I was devastated. Now Z has posted pics of him in it, and I called my sister and asked her about it. She explained that Z said I gave it to him. I asked her if she believed that and drove to her for it. I don't get that part. Apparently she drove over to get the coat that they had stolen after taking pictures. Z apparently had a fit before I arrived and left. The coat reeked of weed and cigarettes. I don't smoke, she says. So I was mildly upset that she knew where my coat was and believed I had given it away. Let's see, read more. Whew, this is a long one. All right, fast forward. I've let go of the event for her peace, and I'm civil with Z. Her son R is wearing my long coat for the ceremony. He begged to borrow it, and I trust him since he understands the sentiment of the coat and promised to hand it back to me once the ceremony is over. I'm wearing one of my work blazers before someone asks why I'm not wearing it. Okay. Now here's what I could. Here's where I could be the butthole.
Right.
Z was not part of the ceremony, as his mother didn't want him to be a part of it. Now he's decided to attend and has no clothes to fit. R called me saying Sis took the coat and told Z to wear it. I drove there immediately and confronted her. She confirmed with R, told me, and I reminded her of what happened before, and she assured me it would not happen again. I told her I was not comfortable with Z wearing the coat, and after some back and forth, I took it back. I got home, and sister had already told our parents what happened. Mom understands, but is guilt-tripping me as it's sister's day. Dad's on my side and trying to keep the peace, but now sister wants Z to wear my coat because it would complete his outfit, and calling me a petty butthole for holding a grudge. I fired back that if I'm so petty against a thief, I won't be attending her wedding. This shut her up and ended her rant. Bill called me a few hours later and had no idea that sister was fighting for the coat, and when the coat first went missing, he apologized on Z's behalf. He reminded me that it's still my sister and that he'd things out and would like me to attend the wedding. Not good after all the back and forth between her and I, and honestly I don't feel like attending the wedding after all the horrible things she said and called me. So am I the butthole? So, first of all, this all happened over a coat.
A coat that was made, handmade,
Yeah.
by a relative, given as a gift, was a family memento.
Yeah,
So
that
it's
was
not-
stolen.
It's not just a North Face, okay?
Wow.
All right?
Okay.
Let's put that on it. It's got some grandma's threads in
It's
it.
got some love from some history.
All right, now,
Now it smells like weed and cigarettes.
unpack. Go ahead.
All right, so the kid takes the coat, steals the coat,
Right.
wears the coat because he likes the coat, has pictures in the coat. She wants the coat back. The part that I didn't understand is she went over and got the coat, and the kid was all mad about it because he got busted for stealing the coat, right? All right, so he steals the coat, and then she says, sure,
Wait,
you
I'm
can...
going to back you up here. We don't know that he steals the coat.
No, he definitely stole the coat at the beginning. That's how it originally was lost.
Was it stolen or borrowed?
Well, it was definitely stolen. That's what asking and taking without permission.
So, and we don't know that Sis wasn't drunk that night, and Junior could have asked, and she could have forgotten.
We don't know if there's a drunk mother. You're right.
You sound like
let's say-
you sound like drinkers to me.
Bauer, Borrowed it without permission.
Okay. I can go
All
there.
right.
I can go there.
Whew. Yeah. All right. And then Dad's just trying to keep the peace because it sounds like he lives in the estrogen ocean. And
Yeah, Dad needs to just.
you notice he only got one line in the story. That
Yeah,
poor guy right
that
there.
poor guy
That dude
there.
needs some prayer.
Ugh.
And then, well, now I'm not going to the wedding, and because of a coat. That feels petty.
Well, here's the deal. She took it from the one kid, and the other kid wanted to wear it. So she gave it to the other kid.
yeah,
to
which
wear.
seems like a little bit of a dig.
Yeah, it seems like the wrong thing to do. No, I need to take this to the cleaners and get this weed and cigarettes out of it
Right.
before I let anybody
Yeah.
wear Nana's coat. You know
Right.
what I mean? This
Right.
isn't designed for that. And it's a wedding. Who's wearing coats at a wedding?
And why is this coat such a big deal?
Who's wearing coats?
It's got
at-
her
it must-
name on the
maybe-
sleeve or whatever.
Maybe it's on the inside sleeve, like you do your underwear, and it's just
Oh,
on the
stencil.
inside, so
Yeah,
she, it can't be stolen.
yeah. See, I feel dumber after having read that.
You should.
That feels petty.
Yeah.
Is that how that comes to you? Is that petty?
It's a coat.
It's a coat. It's your sister's wedding. Like,
It's a-
show up,
It's a coat.
right? But these are the types of things that people argue about all the time. This makes no
But
sense.
I think it's an excuse, not a reason. You know what I mean? The
Oh, she
reason
just
is
really didn't want to
she
go
doesn't want
anyway.
to go. They have some envy issues, perhaps.
Oh, because her partner, her rusted early, her and her husband.
Well, she said in the story that she didn't like her
She said-
husband or the fiance.
Oh, I thought she said she got along with him fine.
Maybe they're
I don't
blending
know.
together on me.
I don't know.
Is she
know.
the butthole? I'd say
I'm leaning towards it. Yeah.
perhaps. I
Yeah.
mean, if it's a destination wedding and the destination is the park and it's, say, November, I guess coats would be necessary.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know. That was a whole lot of crap for a coat.
Yeah, I got married in June, so
And then-
nobody was
And
wearing
then why
coats.
did she give it to the other kid to bring to the wedding, knowing the other one wanted it? Like, that's just going to create stress.
Between
Like,
the two kids.
Yeah, she
and
did
then
that.
she brought the father
That feels like it was
into
on purpose,
It's
right?
a whole bunch of folks in the mix here. Interesting.
Let's see. There's some weird stuff in here. We haven't checked the weather in a while. You want to talk to Jack, or you just want to get it over? It's up to you. I don't really care.
It's your deal, man. It is your deal. I can just go
He's so
to-
cranky. I just don't want to bother him, you know?
It's early in the morning.
It is early.
It is really early in the morning, but I mean, hey.
I don't know. Maybe we'll call him after. Well, it's almost 8. We got to do our shout-outs. Don't really have time. Now, I know
I
you're
think
not...
my camera froze.
Are you a basketball fan at all or no?
What's basketball?
So that's a no. All right. And well, the basketball tournament this is the biggest tournament of the year for college, man. It's a big deal. You know?
Listen, while you talk about college and do your shout out, I'm gonna go get us some more coffee.
That would be great.
Good idea.
That's an excellent.
Are you empty?
Basically, yeah.
I'll be back.
All right. Well, I'll do the weather because
Wait a minute. I'm gonna put this hat on my chair. Maybe people will think I'm
There-
still here.
that's not going to work at all. But it's 27 outside. It's supposed to snow lightly all day, between 60 to 7% chance. 6 mile an hour wind out of the northeast. Later this afternoon after 4, it'll be 9 miles an hour. It's just kind of a dreary, gray day, but we'll get through it. You know, this weather going up and down has been kind of difficult. Let's see what the streets look like. I don't know if we've had any major accidents. Let's take a look right here. Nope, everything seems to be running smooth. 69, 475, and 75. I don't see anything major going on. We are 92.1 WFOV, and you can go to 92.1 FOV.online and check out what we're doing. And you can go to Spectacle TV if you'd like to put in. We would love to hear your responses of these nuts shows. that we're doing. And speaking of nut stories I got, we're looking at these ones here, and I'm not sure. I think this one that we got here. Am I the butthole for sharing my ex-boss's mugshot? I'm going to start with yes on this one. Am I the butthole for sharing my ex-boss's mugshot? Boy, this one feels loaded, right? It says my former boss was highly abusive, played favorites, asked people to call her Queen Bee, made several employees cry regularly, and drove 7 great employees out of the department in about a year with her poor management and abusive tactics. I've been with the organization as a high performer for 8.5 years. When I brought my concerns to HR, they brushed me off. I left for a better job about a year ago and didn't look back. Over the weekend, a current employee sent me ex-boss mugshot. She had been arrested for a DUI, oh no, speeding, reckless driving, driving without insurance, and failure to stop at a stop sign. Wow. It felt like karma had caught up with her. I shared the info with the other people who had left because of her. They were all happy to see the mugshot. Someone forwarded the info to HR, and apparently the company is asking current employees to stop talking about it. The thing is her role, ex-boss, could lose her job for the charges. I don't feel bad about human resources finding out or sharing the info with the others who left because of her bad behavior, but I may be the butthole for sharing the info and not caring about the repercussions for her. All right, so first things first, she shared the information with the other people that lady had fired.
Okay.
So that matters. Her old boss had fired about 8 people, and she found a mugshot of the old boss that had fired her, who was arrested for DUI, speeding, reckless driving, driving without insurance, and failure to stop at stop sign.
How old was it?
I don't know, but she
Was it
shared
like from 15 years ago?
It doesn't say. All it says is they shared it with HR. And now the lady may lose her job, and she was a toxic boss and wants to know if she's a butthole because she helped the lady possibly lose her job.
Well, if the consensus...
Or is it karma?
If the consensus in the office is that she needed to go, what a wonderful way to get her gone.
Well, she was a very hostile and brutal person.
And she needed to go.
And so that was the way that it went down.
Dude, you know what I mean? You got to use the tools available to you. You know what I mean? It's one bad apple. Or for the whole bunch. You
I don't know, dude. When you get a bad boss, it sucks.
I think she would be a hero. The rest of the office would applaud her. And the fact that HR can't tell who gave her the photos. So
Well,
she's not going to be implicated in the firing.
I don't know. I do not know. I'm not sure. That's why I need you guys to comment, because I don't know. I could go either way on this one, right?
And well, see, it doesn't matter how long ago it was if they were using it as a tool to get her gone. And that's what it was.
It was the ex-employees that disliked this person so much.
Ex-employees, so they didn't even work there anymore.
Yeah, because they had fired
them.
Okay. And
Okay.
she was very hostile towards people. You know, one of those, wanted to be called Queen Bee. Like, wanted people to call her that.
Well, fired people have an axe to grind.
Well.
So you got to take what they say with a grain of salt. If they were stealing office supplies, and she caught them, and the last boss let them do it, of course she would be hostile. Right? They're only paper clips, Sally. Yeah,
Here's one I really kind of want to know, because I think this person's a butthole. Am I the butthole for asking for chocolate chip cookies with no chocolate chips? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say yes, just from the title.
No. Well, I mean, it's not a chocolate chip cookie if it
Then
doesn't
get
have
a
chocolate
cookie
chips
without
in it.
chocolate
Yeah,
chips.
yeah. You want a snickerdoodle, lady.
But now the fact that you even asked this makes me want to read it, because I think we might have found one.
Oh, yeah, it's probably clickbait. it's going to go down to the no Nestle's protest or something. Nestle's morsels matters. So.
I love how you're like, this is a commercial. All right, let's see. Single father, and my daughter is autistic. Her birthday is coming up. My daughter and I often like to go to local bakeries for her birthday, which is coming up soon. So I've decided to throw her a surprise birthday with all of our friends and family members. She doesn't like certain textures, and they often cause her to be more difficult. I want to have something there for her since she doesn't like the texture of the cake, and it can't be very triggering for her. So I called up the bakery, and this is how the conversation went. Hey, I was wondering if you guys could put down an order to my name so I can pick up for a party on Thursday. Yeah, sure, we can do that. What kind of pastries do you need? And we should put the message in. He responds, well, I was wondering if you could make me chocolate chip cookies without the chocolate chips in them. It's for my daughter's birthday, and she doesn't like the texture of the chocolate chips.
Bloody, 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 yeah. Okay, what'd the guy say? No, I can't do it?
He said, are you being serious? He said, I'm being extremely serious. Can you guys make chocolate chip cookies with no chocolate chips for a party of 10? They respond, you want chocolate chip cookies with no chocolate chips, and then laughed. Yes, I do. Can I pick them up on Thursday? This has got to be a prank call. And he hangs up. Okay, so now here I am in the kitchen at almost 12 a.m. trying to make my daughter some chocolate chip cookies without adding chocolate chips in, which seems like a valid solution. Thank you all so much for the recipes that he sent. He obviously got some recipes with no chocolate chips. I'll be making my daughter some cookies from scratch and updating you all after the party. Please wish me good luck since my wife always baked for these parties and this is my first time. Update. Thank you all so much for all the sweet, kind messages. I didn't go to the bakery again and decided to bake the cookies at home. The party is currently ongoing and is about to get ready to die down. My daughter absolutely loved the cookies and told me that they were just like how Mommy made them. I'm really proud of myself for doing this. Am I the butthole? Here's the thing. Couldn't he have just called and said, I need some cookies that taste like chocolate chip dough just without the chocolate chips in them?
The business owner was a fool. Because the first thing I say, let's see, chocolate chip cookies without chocolate chips, those are double.
Oh, yeah.
That costs extra.
From a money expense.
That costs extra if you want me to take it's like light beer.
I
you
don't
want me
know.
to take the calories out? I'm going to charge you another $1 a cookie.
Like, here's the thing. If you want cookies without chocolate chips, can you just say, I just want, like, the vanilla cookies? No chocolate chips. Right?
But it's not vanilla. It's not a vanilla cookie. It's
whatever it is.
It's the batter.
They add the chips in. Just don't add the chips.
You know, I think
it's the way he asked that made it that way. If he would have said, "Can I get the
I need
chocolate
a dozen
chip
chocolate chip cookies without
chocolate chips, just with
because
that."
if she'd had asked for M&Ms instead
he
of
said,
chocolate chips,
I want you to make chocolate chip cookies and then remove the chips.
No,
that's how that comes across. That's how I would interpret it.
Really? Well,
yeah.
then maybe that, yeah.
And I would have laughed and hung up too.
Yeah. If that was his mistake,
I don't know if it's a mistake.
If she had asked for M&Ms instead of chocolate chips, they'd have done it. If she'd have asked for toffee instead of M&Ms or chocolate chips, they would have done it.
I don't know. The whole thing's weird. I want people to weigh in on this because I'm not sure. I have a friend of mine. He got me hooked on these.
I think I like the stupid criminals more.
I enjoy the dumb laws and criminals as well because this feels a little stressful actually, trying to figure all this out. Right? It's like, man, But I promised my friend I would do this on the show, so I'm doing it on the show, and he loves these things, and he likes to discuss this stuff. This just seems.
Well, he should probably call in on your cell phone with his favorite.
Yeah, but I think he's in Canada right now. So
they have phones in Canada.
They do, but the cellular things don't switch, and so you got to pay for a separate one over there.
Yeah, but he's over there already.
Yeah, but he's not going to pay $50 a month just when he's over there, so then he can come over here
hours? Is that
for 2 hours of a show.
I understand.
I mean, but I appreciate that you think that he might do that.
Well, when you got it like your friend's got it, that's a drop in the bucket.
Listen, he's got what he's got with
Drop
the
in the
things that
bucket.
he's got.
Yes.
But it's time for our next shout out.
Oh,
Or
it's
actually a
well
couple
past. I thought
Yeah.
you did that while I went to get
I
the
mean,
coffee.
I threw
By
up
the way, I meant to tell you bad news on the coffee.
We're out.
Not out per se, but in my haste this morning, I neglected to hit the brew button. So I went over to an empty pot of coffee. So I did hit the brew button, and it is brewing as we speak. I'm going to take this opportunity to let you guys know you're listening to WFOV 92.1 LPFM Flint, Our Voices Radio. We're a community service of Flint Odyssey House managed by Spectacle Productions, and we are always, I'm going to repeat it, always, one more time, I don't think there was enough emphasis on that, always looking for clean music. If you're a local artist, you don't even have to be local. As long as it's clean, we love positive, we love uplifting, we love anything that's clean. Okay, 810-259-9789. Pastors, reverends, clergy, if you're thinking about it, maybe it's time to put your church service on the radio, on the internet. 810-259-9789. Listen, we're determined to make a difference, and we need you to too. Your turn, Isaac.
92.1 FM, WFOV. And that's not 92.1 FM dot online.
.online.
Dot online.
Okay, we're there too.
Oh, those are the places that we gotta go. So, you know that we did the Reader's Digest Dumbest Laws of All Time, which my favorite was that you are not allowed to reincarnate in China without the government's permission, because we have enough people here already and we don't want you coming back. So I decided to Google, we're on the Google, Reader's Digest, because they seem to have some funny stuff, the 100 funniest jokes from the last 100 years. So that's one joke per year, I think. And
this
let's
has got
see
to
how
be,
stupid this
gonna be yeah, I'm getting there. I'm gonna have to read one of those.
Yeah. Well, the first one, while you're getting there, says, holy cow. A pair of cows were talking in a field. One says, have you heard about the mad cow disease that's going around? And the other one says, yeah. Makes me glad I'm a penguin.
So where did you find this? Under humor?
I just punched in Reader's Digest 100 funniest jokes. And
You punched in Reader's Digest?
yeah, I googled. No. I googled 100 funniest jokes of all time, and got me the Reader's Digest 100-year jokes, which is funny, I think. Some of these are going to be stupid, and I just am putting that out there just so we know ahead of time before it happens. But,
Only some of them.
well, we're going to go with what is most of the time. So the second one here says, once my father came home and found me in front of a roaring fire. That made my father very mad, and we didn't have a fireplace. And that's the joke. I don't get that one.
They didn't have a fireplace, so she just started a fire on the floor in the living room. Ba-dum-bum.
Oh, see, I didn't get it. I'm too dumb.
Poor guy.
I'm so dumb.
And you got to put the right emphasis on the wrong syllable when you tell a joke. Yeah, you got to have that comic timing. You got to pause.
Well, I will work on my pausing. Would you like to do the identity crisis here?
I got the holy cow. I see the holy cow.
We're like 3 down now.
Hold on, it's taking a minute for this thing to draw.
Well, it says identity crisis. Your mother has been with us for 20 years, says John. It's time she got a place of her own. My mother, replied Helen. I thought she was your mother. That's That one's not that good either. These are supposed to be the 100 best of all time, and I think Reader's Digest is what about you can do all your boys here? You got to wave. Hey, how are you? Morning. Good to see you. He's still waving. There we go.
What's up, Ray?
All right. The title of this next one is called Arg. Why don't pirates take a shower before they walk the plank? Because they just wash up on shore. These are so stupid.
I thought you'd like that one.
Oh my gosh, but these are better than those other ones. It made me think too hard.
Hold on a minute. Let me see. All right. In Denver, the members of a Sunday school class were asked to set down their favorite biblical truths. One youngster laboriously printed, "Do one to others as others do one to you."
Didn't.
That was hard to read.
These are not that funny. Which makes them a little funny. This one's titled With a Vengeance. In Denver, the members of a Sunday school class were asked to set down their favorite biblical. Oh, you just did that one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, look. You can read it and it's bigger. This one's called A Taxing Situation. According to unofficial sources, a new simplified income tax form contains only 4 lines. What was your income for the year? What were your expenses? How much did you have left? And send it. That's pretty funny, man.
That's old. Oh, yeah, okay.
These suck, man. I don't think that their list of 100 jokes is very funny at all.
You know, it's
Gotta be
Reader's
honest.
Digest, so they're not going to be saucy. They're not going to be provocative. They're going to be kid jokes.
Yeah,
Kid
well,
jokes.
I still think
I'm
they're...
going to read one.
Yeah,
Hold on a
you
second.
try one more, man. Try one more.
One of the oddities of Wall Street is that it is the dealer and not the customer who is called broker. That's a thinker. You had to think on that one. I guess they had to come up with 100. Is this kind of like a David Letterman's list where they get better as you go on?
I really don't know, and I'm done trying to figure it out because that's not what I really like stories where people do dumb things. And the last time we did dumb criminal list.
Well, hold on. I got one more joke.
Oh no, it's sucking you in.
It did. 2 Hollywood stars, right?
Yeah.
2 Hollywood stars ran into each other, all right? They ran into each other at their psychiatrist's office.
There's some good news.
Can you imagine running into somebody coming out of...
At least
So
they're
they
both
ran into each
crazy.
other at the psychiatrist's office. He says, "Hello there," the one said, right? "Are you coming or are you going?" And then the other one said, "If I knew that, I wouldn't be here."
Didn't. Yeah, caught you. Man,
See, it's all about delivery. It's all about delivery. You like that, right?
Oh, I do like that.
You see how I added, I improvised.
Yeah. You're amazing.
You gotta love it when it happens.
Well, I want to get on to something else because while I do want to do a list of like the best top dad jokes that we can get there. I just feel like it's Monday, and some of these criminals are that we have on the list. I just want to go over these recent arrests of people now doing.
Well, what did you Google? I
I
gotta catch up with you.
googled 25 dumbest criminals and how they whatever. It says so. If you think criminals prefer Facebook, though you're sadly mistaken. A burglar from Maine named Christopher Wallace is a big fan of Snapchat, so big that he decided to reveal his hiding spot there. After he stole a propane cook stove and a cast iron wood stove from a camp in Pierce Pond Township, Wallace posted on Snapchat that he was back in his home in Fairfield after tipsters relayed the info to the police. Authorities showed up for the fugitive. So he was so smart, he took pictures of where he was hiding and then couldn't figure out how the police got to him. Are stoves expensive? Like those?
No, I can't imagine it's $20. I mean, a full-size Coleman stove, maybe 2 burners, might be $80, $90.
Yeah, I feel like that was a little low right
I can
there.
look it up.
However, in Portland, a nameless thief executed the perfect robbery in 2013. Okay, here we go. Or almost perfect. After going through every inch of the house he had broken into, opening all the drawers and stealing everything of value he could find without leaving any fingerprints, he got thirsty. He grabbed a container of orange juice he found in the refrigerator and took a gulp directly from it, leaving it in the sink. The container was sent straight to the DNA testing unit at the Oregon State Crime Lab.
Wait a minute, this is Oregon. So Oregon's got enough police to dust an orange juice container for Prince. What did he steal out of the house?
Everything.
He took everything.
Everything.
Okay.
And the Oregon State Crime Lab, where forensic scientists found a match, and the thief got caught. Okay, but getting those DNA tests is like super expensive, right? So my man must have stolen into a rich person's house,
Or the sheriffs.
or the sheriff's.
The sheriffs or the prosecutors or somebody
So
within the legal
had
system.
gloves on till he got hot, took the gloves off, quenched his thirst with some OJ, left it in the sink, and they found his DNA.
Well, that's where he messed up. Because had he just put it back in the fridge, they would have never known that he touched it, and they wouldn't have, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So his fault was that he put it in the sink? So he
One,
was
his fault was
clean?
that he put it in the sink, and second was that he took off his gloves.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Come on now, that's
Yeah.
like taking off your mask in the middle of so you could scratch your nose, you know?
Oh, you're not supposed to do that?
No,
Oh, that's
it's in the
crazy.
rule book. That's rule 5, I think. 5.
Man,
Yeah.
I got to get that rule book.
Yeah, villains. Villains.
Villains, page 3,
Yeah.
paragraph 5.
Version 2.
Subsection 2. Nice. All right, let's see what we got. A 10-year-old boy was playing with his father's old handcuffs on Father's Day. He cuffed himself to his dad, William Klein Jr., but the key was lost during the game. Oops. William called the local police in Des Moines, Iowa, to help him get the cuffs off. As per routine, police ran Klein through their database and found 2 arrest warrants outstanding. Wow. Shortly after, they recuffed Klein, but it was for real this time. Way to go, son.
I want to know where the cuffs came from.
Yeah, how did he get...
If he's got 2 charges against him, I'm pretty sure he got those cuffs at one of them.
And how frustrated were you that you couldn't get them off? You couldn't saw them off? You couldn't cut them off?
Well, yeah, he could have done all that, but they said the keys got lost during the game. So you know that the keys are somewhere in the house.
In the house.
How dirty is your house?
Well, what happened was we got lost in there. All right, well, the stupid doesn't just end in America. Luckily, we have some Scottish. We got some Scottish people. All right, Scottish shoplifter Aaron Morrison
Okay.
might be one of the most stupid thieves in history. Oh, this is good.
You're reveling in this.
Sorry, well, dude, when that's the sentence, let's see. After stealing a bottle of vodka from the liquor store,
Okay.
he stayed there in order to flirt with the shop clerk. He even gave her his number. After that, it wasn't difficult to trace his whereabouts. So this guy was so hammered before he got there, he gave the lady his phone number because he was flirting with her, and so she just gave that to the cops. What an idiot. Now he's known worldwide.
That's what I call thinking.
How much
That's
do you
what I
think
call
he had?
thinking with the wrong head.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can you imagine trying to tell that story? How'd they get you? Well, I handed them the address, basically.
You didn't see this waitress.
Well,
She was-
you remember that they have a law in Scotland now. It's illegal to drive on a cow drunk, and that's been in there since 1826. Apparently, there's a good reason for that, because they're still giving the addresses out
Right.
for the stuff that they're doing. That one, that was pretty dumb. Dumbest of all time. Close. We'll say close. I don't know. Let's see. St. Paul, Minnesota. A bus station in St. Paul, Minnesota. A hot-tempered man named Justin John Boudin. You know, they always give the middle name and the guy's a serial killer, just for the record. That's probably not good. Justin John Bodine was involved in an argument with a woman whom he punched in the face. He punched a woman in the face. Okay. He also attacked another person who was standing there, which caused him to drop his folder on the ground. He didn't retrieve the folder before he fled. All right. Police officers who arrived at the scene a few minutes later tracked Bodine thanks to what was inside the folder, his anger management homework. Oh my gosh. So he's at the bus station, punches a woman in the face, is screaming at her, and left his folder of anger management homework, which had left his address in there. What?
Oh, this is wonderful. You see, I went out and replaced our camera outside.
Yeah.
And I put it in upside down.
Hey,
Not good.
All right. I don't know. Getting busted for anger management. I would say he's failing. And hit a woman in the face.
Well,
That's
now,
not right.
can he be failing if he wasn't able to do his homework?
Okay, listen. I think that if you got to the class and you had your homework and you're going to the bus station and you hit a woman in the face, would be a failure to communicate what's going on.
Do we know?
Oh, no.
Do we know what the woman said?
So they don't go into that particular detail, but there are certain words and phrases that might have enraged someone.
I'm just saying. You know what I mean? Usually you just don't walk up to somebody and punch them. But now that we know that he's an anger management participant.
It's like a rage-holic.
But it would take. You would think that it would take something to tick him off, not just because she was standing there.
Yeah.
And the bottom line is,
She could have told him he's really attractive, or
I'm kind of thinking that might have been
what
it.
kind of shape he's in,
I'm thinking that. Yeah.
or how small his pants are, maybe.
It's a good possibility.
Yeah.
Again, people react to react.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I agree.
Just because I said it.
Oh, we get to go to Ohio now. Yay.
All right, go to Ohio.
It's very flat there.
You think?
All right. A man in Ohio was suspected of arson and vandalism. Sent a selfie to the police in Ohio, in the U.S., because he found the photo of his arrest warrant to be unflattering. He updated his picture because he did not like the one that they had and that they were circling. Wow. Donald Chip Pugh texted police a photo of himself and wrote, "Here is a better photo. That one is terrible." He actually sent that to the police. Oh. He also added in a local radio station, "Man, they just did me wrong. They put a picture out that made me look like I was a Thundercat." I look like a Thundercat or James Brown on the run. He's like, I can't do that. Oh my gosh. So he sends him a more accurate... Wow. He's more worried about how people look at him. He would rather be caught. I'm not sure what to do with that one. This is the criminal 25 dumbest criminal list that we have. We'll do this last one before we go to break. Let's see. That's pretty dumb. No, this is what I look like. You had it all wrong.
Yeah. But I mean, if he sent it from Argentina...
Listen,
or Pango, where
listen,
they couldn't where we don't have extradition.
No, he sent it from Ohio. And whatever, Lion-O. Okay? All right. Next. It says, where's this one at? It doesn't say yet. All right. The idea of robbing a bank without saying a single word is quite unique. A 40-year-old man walked into a bank and handed the cashier a threatening note that read, "Be quick, be quiet, give your cash, or I'll shoot." The bank teller obliged and handed him $400, but the thief had overlooked one simple fact. His message was scribbled on a piece of his payslip. Detectives found the other half of the payslip outside the bank, complete with the bank robber's name and home address. All of that for $400. Whoops.
And he has a paycheck, so he has a job.
That's not
drug,
how you do that.
That's drug related.
That is drug or alcohol related.
Yeah, that's
you
drug
cannot.
related.
That particular type of stupid does not have a cure.
Oh.
But we are at our 30-minute mark. It is time for you to give us a shot in, buddy.
I thought I did that already.
You did 30 minutes ago.
Did I really?
You did.
WFOV 92.1 LP FM Flint, Our Voices Radio.
Our Voices
Our Voices.
Radio.
Our Voices Radio.
That's right.
Determined to make a difference. 810-259-9789 is 810-259-9789. Should I say it, Isaac? Should I say it? I'm gonna
Just
say it.
one more time.
I'm gonna say it.
One more time.
We need clean music, guys.
Yeah.
Clean music. No N words, no B words, no
D words or A words.
D's. Well, I don't know.
Whatever the rest of the
We're running out of
alphabet is.
words, aren't we? But we need clean. Like I said, I used to say, if you play it for your grandma, we can play it here.
Yeah.
But you grandmas got too hip. you grandmas are rocking some music. So
That's right.
we're going to revise that, and we're going to say, if you could play it for your great-great-grandmother,
Right.
we can play it here. All right? We're eclectic. So we're looking for a wide variety of music. I want Chinese music. I want Mexican music. I want Herzegovinian music. I want German music. So if you got a playlist, send it out.
Yeah, I don't even know what one of those was.
Or WFOV.online. There's a way to get us there. You can send your playlist. I don't know any other way to get foreign music. Is there like Pandora, Japan?
I
Pandora,
have no idea.
Herzegovina, can you do that?
But I
kind of thing?
imagine that there is. And then WFOV
Interesting.
online.
But I'd really rather pull from the community because
Yeah.
not only does each music genre have its current and popular music, but they got their oldies.
Yeah,
They've got their Frank Sinatras and their Bing Crosbys.
They
and
got the old blue eyes.
all those guys. So I would like to
Yeah.
incorporate that as well.
Okay.
The golden oldies from Korea. Who would know?
The
From
golden
Thailand. You know what I mean? We don't.
Oh,
Well, who's their BB King?
I'm pretty sure that's going to be a short list.
WFOV 92.1 LP FM Flint, Our Voices Radio, determined to make a difference. All right, guys?
92.1 FM.
Gotta love it.
.online.
Community service of Flint Odyssey House. All right, it's your turn now.
Hey-o.
Hey-o.
Welcome back to the show. We got one more shot. I'm going to give Jack a call. I think he's up now.
Uh-oh.
California is a little bit late.
No, it's still only 8:30.
Yeah, well, it's
6,
5:30.
5,
We've already woke him
4:30
up
in the
once.
morning.
I think it's going to be all right.
All right, I'm gonna put on the air.
All right, let's
Since
see. Let's see if we can get Jack on the air.
There you go.
All right.
Oh, you're slow. You got time a lot better.
Yeah, no. Hey, Jack, how we doing this morning? Hey, Isaac, how you doing? Is Paul there? He is there. Hey, Paul, how you doing?
I'm here. How's it going, Jack? How's the weather out in California?
Oh, it's wonderful. 5:30 in the morning, and you call me. I'm in my nice white fluffy outfit. Are you sure you can't find someone else to do the job?
No, Jack. No. You're the only guy.
Well, great. Out here it's sunny, there it sucks. 28 degrees and snow. I hope you enjoy all the white stuff. Not the way I did, but the way they do, because it's wintertime.
Boom. Nice, Jack. Nice.
All right. I'm going to get off and we're going back to sleep. That's enough. Don't call again. All right. He is a cranky dude.
You know, you were going to wear him thin. It's early in the morning.
It is. You know what?
And
But I
it's,
think...
wait, isn't it Oscar night or a Grammy night or
I
somebody?
think he had, he just did out Grammy, so he was out late.
Grammys is singing, isn't it?
Oscars
Oscars is...
yeah, that's
he
right.
doesn't
Oscars
sing.
is for acting and Grammys is for singing. When rich people give themselves awards for things that they do well,
that's
that's
horribly
important.
cold.
It's important. You gotta get the awards. So you know who's best of the best of the best, right? The
I
cream
agree.
always rises to the top.
Always.
Uh,
Always.
And speaking of cream rising to the top, you are gonna love this one.
Uh-oh.
On our list, it is number 17. It says the extremely long trail of white trash register tape.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, that's
Wait,
what
back
it says,
up.
boys.
WT, I love white trash jokes. Come on.
Got your full and undivided attention.
Got my
dude.
full and undivided attention.
Yeah.
WT, I love them.
Well, that was the title. It says one of the most ridiculous robberies ever committed took place in Hickory, North Carolina. Well, that makes sense.
I'm with you.
All right.
I'm
An
with you.
unobservant thief invaded Captain's Gallery restaurant and picked up the cash register, but he didn't notice a little detail. A trail of white cash register tape hanging from the machine for the receipts, right? All the police had to do is follow the trail to his apartment, finding him cracking open the register. He literally did not notice that the receipt tape was just rolling along like toilet paper, and
So we'll have to assume there was snow on the ground. This is North Carolina.
this is North
There was no
Carolina,
snow.
though. He
Dark.
could just be excited that he was running with a register.
It's very dark. Yeah.
And
It could happen to anybody, Isaac. It could happen
oh yeah,
to anybody.
anybody? Happened to you? Did it?
I will neither confirm nor deny that.
Yeah.
But my parole officer.
Nice. All right. Well, you're gonna like the title of this next one. It says "Stealing the Wrong Bag." So we're stealing the wrong bag. One thief got more than he could handle when he reached into the window of a parked car and snatched a bag. The bag belonged to a professional snake catcher named Brad McDonald, spelled just like the restaurant.
Okay.
Can you guess what was inside the bag?
I'm going to say McDonald's.
Yep, a highly venomous snake. McDonald had just captured from underground a car park in Sydney.
Nice.
Rumors have it that the thief surrendered with his own will to the cops in an attempt to save his life from the snake.
So did he get bit?
It does not say, but it did say that he surrendered himself to the police. So he did not get bit. And
I'm not seeing this.
he jumps in the car, sees a bag,
They didn't jump in the car. He reached in the
reached
window.
in the window,
grabbed the
it,
bag,
thinking it was a bag of
And you
cash.
think he stood there and opened the bag
no,
before
no,
he took off?
no.
Right.
You grab and snatch and grab, right?
So he grabbed it, snatched it. Now he's running, and he doesn't feel this bag shaking with a live animal in it.
He's got the exhilaration from getting away with this bag of cash.
Yeah, but it don't feel like a bag of cash, because a bag of cash is not going to be wiggling around or round for that matter.
Yeah, but you're saying that like someone who thinks about stuff.
I'm saying somebody who has hands and can feel a load. It doesn't
You
take-
can feel a load. Well then, good to know. I have my partner can feel a load.
That's all I'm saying.
Listen, I'm not gonna snatch and grab anything. I certainly am not gonna snatch and grab something.
So
from
now,
person.
wait a minute, we got to unpack this. Now, he has snatched a bag out of the car. He's either running, walking,
With a
or
venomous
going
snake.
away.
Yeah.
So now he comes to a spot where he can check out his heist, see what he's got.
Yeah,
So he's crouching behind a banana tree,
yeah.
and he opens the bag, and he sees the snake,
The highly venomous snake.
the highly
yes.
venomous snake, and at that moment, he calls the police to
On
come
himself.
and rescue him
Him
from
the
the snake that's in the bag that
Yeah.
he controls the opening and closing of.
Yeah. That's correct.
What are they selling? What are they selling? See what they're selling. They're probably, you gave the guy's name and made sure people knew it was McDonald's. So
I don't want to click on it because I don't want to know. But you always think it's a commercial. You think it's bullcrap. So
think about it. Walk through the steps. At what point in time at that robbery would you call the police?
I just went. I checked the bag and run.
Now, maybe, what if he took it home to his apartment?
And then I got out
He
in the
couldn't.
apartment.
He couldn't open it because his girlfriend was home.
Yeah.
So he stuffed the bag behind the couch. And then later that evening, after she left,
That's a lot of thought.
he went to the bag. The bag was empty, but there was snake boo boo.
I'm.
And he was able to follow the snake boo boo
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to stay after on that one. Yeah, that's it. We're getting a little too deep. You went really down the hole on that one.
I'm just saying.
I'm saying
If we're saying what we're saying what
around
we're
the corner. He opened the bag, and the snake popped out and scared him to death, and he called the police. I can see all that. Yours?
You can see that. You can see that.
I can see. Yeah, because it's this criminal stupid list. It wasn't a criminal smart list. Right?
And
We'll do a smart
list.
list.
This was a WT, wasn't it?
This is the next one.
Okay,
is
let's
what
do
this
the
is.
next one. Let's do the next
So number 15 says shoulda, woulda, or coulda. And it's got a picture of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys with masks on. All right. Back in 1985, Dennis Newton was on trial for robbing a convenience store while he was defending himself, claiming to be innocent. He got angry with the store manager, who identified him as the robber. Not being able to control his temper, he jumped up and screamed, I should have blown your head off. After that, he tried correcting himself by saying, well, if I had been the one that was there, I should have blown your head off. Whoops. And,
that's a good correction. That's a good correction. If he had to back up and give some deniability.
Morning, how are you? And this is how criminals defended themselves back in the 80s. Just for those who just missed it, because what's his name?
That's Raymond.
All right, so Raymond just came up to the window and said hi, and while we were talking, so that was great. Ooh, you ever been caught by a bad memory? Here we go.
I'm about to have one right now about this.
Nice. A thief's bad memory got him caught. 2 officers in Detroit, Michigan. Oh crap, it's us. 2 officers in Detroit, Michigan were demonstrating their patrol car's felon locating system to the children of a neighborhood during an educational lesson.
Okay.
A man named R.C. Gatlin walked up to them and asked them about the process. To show him how the system worked, they asked him to give them his ID or driver's license as part of the demonstration. When they placed his driver's license in the system, they found out that the man was wanted for a robbery committed 2 years previously and arrested him. Wow. So the cops are showing him how the system works, and the guy walks up and forgot that he had a warrant for a robbery.
Well, he didn't necessarily know that they knew that it was him that did the robbery, so he wouldn't know that there was a warrant out for it. Unless you get pulled. I mean, how do you know there's a warrant out for you?
Because you did the robbery.
But in order to he got away with the robbery apparently because there's a warrant out for
There's
it.
a reason why you're rumbling, bumbling, and stumbling.
No.
Because if you did the robbery, you got to assume that they're looking for you. This
Not
is
if
a
you got away
really
with it.
cocky
Not
move
if you
right
got
here.
away with it.
Oh, I want those cops to see. Maybe he's trying to see if there was a warrant and he found
doesn't
out.
know. He doesn't know that there's a warrant.
Wow.
He doesn't, and it's 2 years later. And he was drunk and high and on crack and all that kind of stuff. He's changed his life. He's found Jesus. You know what I mean? It was 2 years ago. He's a good citizen now.
You know what I want to say to this?
Uh-oh.
Yay, Detroit. Yay, Detroit.
I don't understand why you're not willing to give your fellow human beings the benefit of the doubt.
Oh.
The benefit of the doubt.
I'm reading the story.
You're reading, but I'm reading between the lines.
Yeah, you're. Yeah. Well, speaking of reading between the lines, this next one is the thief who wrote his name at the crime scene. I'm gonna love to hear your story on this one.
You know what they say about yellow snow?
Don't eat it.
Hey, don't eat it.
Yeah.
And definitely don't write your name.
All right. So, an 18-year-old burglar who vandalized a children's campsite building got caught because he wrote his name on the wall at the scene. Peter Addison from Manchester, UK, and a friend of his smashed crockery and left off fire extinguishers. So, just being idiots. Apart from writing his own name in black marker pen everywhere on the building, he also left his gang's name on the wall, the Adlington Massive. The little fella must have wanted to get caught. No other logical explanation would suffice other than him being...
Ooh. Ooh, I have a logical explanation.
Oh, yay. And thank you for choosing me.
Let's say
Let's just say.
there's a rival gang.
Okay, and they want him to know that he's the guy.
No,
Then why did he put his name and marker?
he didn't do it. The rival
someone did it
gang
to him.
broke in, did the debauchery, and then signed his name everywhere so that he and his gang would
Would be
get
caught.
accused of the crime.
Right. Right.
Well, at least that would be my defense. What's his name? Can I call him?
Well, he's in the United Kingdom, so you have fun with that, all right? The fact that your brain goes into that position just makes me nervous.
See, I love people. You don't.
Wow. It's not that I don't love people. I respect their decisions to fail.
Well, yeah, but you got to think people, nobody wakes up in the morning saying, I'm going to be evil today, do they?
No, but they do wake up and say, hey, I think I can do this. Hold my beer. Pretty sure they do that.
Yeah, that gets done on the regular.
That does. All right. Number 12 here, escaping with a wheelchair. Escaping with a wheelchair. Using a wheelchair to escape a crime scene isn't the best solution for criminals. However, a Texan duo thought it might be worth a try. Naomi Duchesne attempted a knife-point robbery at a jewelry shop while her compliant... Complice.
Yeah. Her
Accomplice. Now, you say that name. Luis Del Castillo.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Waited outside with a getaway vehicle, a wheelchair. Okay. Duchesne, who lived near the shop, was tackled by a customer before she and her friend departed in what might have been the slowest escape in history. So I don't get it. Why have the wheelchair?
I think it would be subterfuge.
I
You
don't
know what I
get
mean?
it.
If she could run outside fast enough, get in the wheelchair, put a blanket over her, she could hide the loot, and she could look invalid, and nobody would ever suspect them of being the criminals. I'm imagining a New York street, packed with people, and but a wheelchair's gonna stand out wherever it is. Yeah, it's pretty stupid.
Yeah, that one's pretty dumb. This guy tries to blame his dog. Let's be honest. There's likely been at least one in your life when you had to make a silly excuse to justify something you did. Hopefully it was not as stupid as the following story. While being handcuffed after leading police on a high-speed chase, Relaford Cooper, I don't even know how to say that. We're just going to call him Ford Cooper III.
Relford.
There's 3 of them.
Yeah.
Sounds like a dog. So Cooper III claimed that it was his dog driving the car. What's even worse than this, his excuse was there was no dog in the car. There was no dog in the car.
You cannot know what that man was hallucinating.
That guy was definitely on drugs.
Exactly. You don't know what he was hallucinating.
He was definitely on drugs. There's no question. Oh, great. We got a car. This guy can't drive. So there's a car thief that cannot drive. That's an oxymoron, right?
Do you drive stick shift?
Yeah.
Okay. Some people don't.
Some people don't drive stick.
Some people don't. And, you won't know until you get in the car, unless you're a car buff, if it's a stick or not. But let's see. Let's see if that was the issue. Maybe he just didn't know how to put it in park drive.
When you're trying to steal a car, there is one requirement that is needed, an ability to drive the car. One young thief named Ngana, that's his name, didn't know about that unwritten rule. So this teenager tried to steal a car from a woman in Omaha, Nebraska. Unfortunately for him, the car was a manual and the little fellow couldn't even start it. Nailed it. After trying desperately for several minutes to start the car, the police showed up and arrested him because the whole 3-pedal thing had him
Baffled.
bewildered.
He should have gone for kidnapping and just took her with him. I need to get to the dollar store. That's all I need.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's.
I knew you would find a way to support that guy by upping the charge. That's what
Up it. Up it.
This can't be true. This can't be true. Burglar falls asleep during the robbery?
Oh, they do it all the time. Next.
Wow, all the time.
All the time. You know, when you work a double and you got to go out robbing, come on now.
And this was recent.
That's taxing.
In 2015, a thief from New Hampshire got arrested for breaking into a couple's home. The good news is that the police didn't have to try very hard, not even at all, to arrest him, as the man literally fell asleep during the burglary. This has got to be drugs or alcohol. The police officers found and arrested a sleeping Renaud Jr.
That is an overworked thief. That's all I'm saying.
Pleasure the morning after he had slit a screen to break into the home. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like he slit the screen the night before. He made plans to get in there, and then he goes in there, breaks in, and falls asleep. And I don't get it.
Didn't mention the fifth of Jack Daniels that he drank during the heist. Yeah, he got distracted.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think, if you're gonna fall asleep, you got to have an adrenaline rush going when you're breaking into somebody's house.
Oh, you got to be on a lot of drugs or alcohol.
So
or both.
Something that would negate that adrenaline to the 100% to knock him down. Yeah. Dang gummies.
All right, Tulsa, Oklahoma, suspected shoplifter Jacob Wise. That's ironic. Sneakily removes security tags from the clothes he was planning to steal from a store.
Mm-hmm.
The alarm went off anyways as Wise strolled through the exit. Why?
Because he put them in his pocket.
Wise wasn't as wise as he suggested. He removed the tags and put them in his pocket. Oh my gosh, nailed it. Oh, what a gem.
Where else are you going to put the tags? You can't leave them on the floor. People will know.
Yeah. Now this one's called a serial bike thief. This is strange. What's worse than making one mistake? Probably making two mistakes, right? This is exactly what a 57-year-old man from Richmond, Virginia did a few years back.
Okay.
Initially, he stole a bike. Then he had the not-so-bright idea of trying to sell it online through Craigslist to the person he had stolen it from without even knowing it. Oh, no. When the police officers visited his house, they discovered more than 10 bicycles. 57 bicycle tires, 24 bicycle wheels, 26 bicycle wheels with tires, 21 bike seats, 4 bicycle frames, a gun, and ammunition. A serial bike. He sold the bike back to the person.
He tried to sell it back to the person.
Because the guy figured out, hey, I think this is my bike. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, you know, it's a purple Schwinn with pink handlebars. How many of those are there?
Oh, boy. All right, this is a gem. Leaving a birth certificate behind. Who brings a birth certificate? All right, whatever. Truth is that there's a lot more things a common thief can leave a scene of a crime. No one is perfect, after all. However, leaving a birth certificate behind may be one of the silliest things in history. And why did he have it on him? In 2001, a dude from Boston named Zachary Tentoni did just that when he snatched $40 from a woman. In the process of fleeing the scene, he left a couple of bags which contained his birth certificate and a letter from his mother. Oh boy, that's losing at a high level. Good for you.
Mom, I need my birth certificate. I got to get my driver's license. I got to pay my parole officer. Give me my, there's a whole thing probably.
Is there a whole thing? Yeah, justify that one.
Whole thing.
Yeah.
No, justified. He needed the $40.
He needed the $40.
Such a specific amount of money. What can you do with $40?
I don't know. Why would you?
And
leave
what
your
city
bags?
was he in?
This is New York, of course.
So $40 in New York is $5.
Yeah, it's like a cab ride.
It might have been
Maybe.
a way home. Yeah. Poor guy.
Yes.
Poor
Well,
guy. And he's out his birth certificate. So, I mean...
and you got to pay for that again.
You need your birth certificate to get your passport, maybe. I don't think you need it to get a driver's license, but I guess you could use it as one of the pieces of ID.
Yeah, to get your Social Security card, too, get your license. Yeah,
Right, and it's so... Okay.
It's still dumb. All right, it's definitely dumb. All right.
I'm with you.
One day in 1995, a middle-aged man robbed 2 Pittsburgh banks in broad daylight. Wow, bold. He didn't wear a mask or any sort of disguise. He also smiled at surveillance cameras before walking out of the bank.
I like this guy.
What an idiot. All right. Later that night, the cops arrested a shocked MacArthur Wheeler.
What city is this in?
This is in Pittsburgh.
Okay. They don't have extradition in Pittsburgh.
Hold on. Later that night, the cops arrested a shocked MacArthur Wheeler. When they showed him the surveillance tapes, Wheeler stared in disbelief, where he responded, "But I wore the juice," he mumbled. Apparently, Wheeler truly believed that rubbing lemon juice on his skin would make him invisible to video cameras.
Conspiracy theory gone wrong.
I would use that for an insanity plea right there.
Yeah.
But I wore the juice.
I wore the juice.
I don't know what to do with that one.
Leave it alone. Next.
Wow. But I wore the juice.
I hope this is.
There's got to be a
guy.
mental issue there.
I hope this is the guy. You
Oh,
gonna do this
guy-
next story?
So let's see. This one's titled "Some Polygamy Was the Case."
Wow.
When Frankie Blake's second and third wives both showed up to visit him while he was serving time in Virginia jail, police realized that he hadn't divorced his second wife before marrying his third wife. After doing some research, they found out that Blake hadn't even divorced his first wife. Frank's polygamy ended up adding some time to his sentence. So he had his wives come visit him in jail to prove he had multiple wives, which gave him more time. When he could have just told them, don't come.
Here's the deal.
Yeah, here's the deal.
He's got 3 wives. He's already in prison. He was in prison before he went to jail. So I don't understand why they think they're punishing this man by putting him in jail. But yeah, that's kind of silly. 3.
All right, we're finally down to our top 3. This guy is called a gangster betrayed by social media. In 2012, Michael Baker from Jenkins, Kentucky, made history in his own mind, but for all the wrong reasons. After he siphoned gas from a local police car, he posed next to it with a big smile on his face while he's probably giving them the finger by the camera.
Looks like a finger to me.
Well, I can't tell. It's
No
all,
mask, no nothing.
He then posted on Facebook. The photo went viral with thousands of views, but a couple of days later, the police knocked on his door and arrested him for stealing gas, and that he posted the picture of himself doing it. Wow.
So, let's see. That's a theft of, what, $6.78? Is that a
I don't
5-gallon
know.
can there?
It depends when it was gas.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's more of a 5-gallon can. So, at max, he stole $22 at the height.
Well, and it's also, what, vandalizing?
No vandalism.
Vehicle.
You have to break something, I think. You have to destroy something. He didn't vandalize.
All right.
That's out and out theft.
I got 2 minutes left. Let's get done here. Let's
Do
get
it.
to number 1.
Hurry up.
All right. It's titled Paint Everywhere. Albert Jackson Dowdy. And again, they use the middle name, which means he could have easily been a character from Home Alone films.
Uh-oh.
And that's not an overstatement. Uh-oh. Dowdy tried to break into a home by smashing a glass door with a paint can. Unfortunately for him, the can bounced off and broke open. Oh, man. Dowdy eventually got inside, but all he collected was a can of tuna fish and a box of oatmeal. On his way out, however, the man stepped in the spilled paint. Officers followed the paint footprints to a nearby motel and arrested him while he was enjoying his lunch, tuna fish with oatmeal. Yuck. All right, first of all, he stole some gross things, and then second of all, he had paint on him right to the hotel. Shock of shocks. That is our list of the 25 dumbest criminals for this week. Please follow rules, people. This is not complex.
I don't want people to think that we're giving them advice.
No.
First of all,
No.
the views and opinions expressed
by
are not necessarily the views
That's
and
right.
opinions, all right?
But I want to thank you for showing up and listening. You guys are awesome. In case no one tells you this week, you are going to have an excellent week. Thank you for tuning in to the AI in the Morning Show with Isaac and Paul. And we will see you Wednesday. Thanks so much. 92.1 FM, WFOV.
Our voices, our voices, our voices radio.